Welcome back to my channel. Today, I will be introducing a new shuttle bus services operated by SBS Transit, which is none other than LCS1. I am currently at Badark Station Exit B, where I will board bus service 35 bound for Alps Avenue. This bus service connects the town of Badark and MRT station to the Tanah Merah ferry terminal as well as the Changi industrial estate. We will alight only at Expeditors, which seems to be a pretty considerable distance away. Our bus has finally arrived, which is SG5894AS, a batch 3-man A95. Let's finally depart from Badark. Heading towards Changi, we pass by the Tanah Merah ferry terminal, long continuous roads, more long continuous roads, even more long continuous roads, and even more roads that seem like they will never end. After 40 minutes of excruciating pain, we finally arrive at Alps Avenue, otherwise known as the Aviation Logistics Park of Singapore. While it seems that security is tight here, buses somehow do not need to undergo security checks and this area is publicly accessible. Over here, we can see various industrial buildings, which support the operations of the adjacent Changi airport. A few minutes later, we arrive at the loop point of bus service 35, where the bus enters a turnaround to go back towards Badark. It's finally our turn to alight. We have finally arrived at Expeditors, the first stop of the new shuttle services, LCS1 and LCS2. Service LCS1 connects the industrial park with Tampines by serving the Changi Air Freight Center, Alps Avenue, the Loyang Industrial Estate, before going on the expressway and entering Tampines. On the other hand, LCS2 parallels LCS1 until Loyang, before serving Punggol. While the bus service isn't shown on the bus stop directory, it is shown on a white tile on the bus stop poles, signifying that this service is a private shuttle or a premium service. At around 6:10 p.m., the first ever evening LCS2 arrives at the bus stop, which is a Scania K230UB, SBS 8857T. Many bus enthusiasts boarded the bus, wanting to experience this new service. Around 2 minutes later, the first LCS1 arrived, which was slightly behind schedule. Similarly, LCS1 shares a similar fleet of Scania buses. Let's board LCS1 towards Tampines and discover the route. Rather strangely, SBS Transit has stated that only Simply Go and bank cards are accepted methods of payment, while strictly stating that cash payment is prohibited. However, there was no mention about normal EasyLink cards. Are they allowed? Let's find out now. Entering the bus, the demand seems rather high, without an empty pair of seats available. Let's depart from the first publicly accessible bus stop of LCS1. However, we are unable to board the bus from the Air Freight Center as that area is strictly out of bounds for the public. At the next stop, no one boards. After that, we turn left and leave the Aviation Logistics Park of Singapore, and pass by the checkpoint we saw just now. It really makes this area feel that there is tight security. Following a left turn, we travel on a section of Changi Coast Road, where no other bus services serve. It definitely gives a unique feel, and it's astonishing how Alps Avenue now has direct links to Changi Village and beyond. Over here, we can enjoy panoramic views of the beach, as well as various kites flying in the air. We pass the gateway to the Changi Air Freight Center, where this service begins. However, as mentioned earlier, it is a restricted zone. Shortly after that, we cross over the well-known curved bridge and enter Changi Village, where the bus makes a stop at the Singapore Aviation Academy bus stop. Departing from the bus stop, we can see Changi Village's signature red brick HDB flats, and then stop at 2 more bus stops along Loyang Way, where no one boards the bus at all. As usual, the the traffic along Loyang Way during peak hours is very heavy, leading to the bus getting stuck in the jam for around 5 minutes. Moreover, traffic will soon be diverted to Loyang Way, which has lower capacity to facilitate the construction of the upcoming Cross Island line, likely worsening traffic conditions in the future. Unfortunately, the chaos is not over, as the bus route takes a detour through Loyang Way, following Service 6, where there are last-minute works to prepare the road for heavy traffic later this week. You may be wondering, why doesn't the route go straight on Loyang Avenue and not take a detour? There are 2 reasons. Firstly, to serve the industrial demand along Loyang Way and relieve pressure off Service 6, and secondly, obvious future-proofing, as all bus services will eventually be amended out of Loyang Avenue in a matter of days. While turning left, some final road works are ongoing, resulting in a tight squeeze for the bus. Respect to the bus captain for his skill. The bus then stops at after Loyang Way 1, where someone finally boards. Essentially, this is the only passenger who boarded the bus since Alps Avenue. At the next stop, opposite Chrysolite Building, the bus stop has nothing but air. Shortly after that, we pass by the famous Loyang Tua Pek Kong Temple, as well as the go-ahead Singapore Loyang Bus Depot, where buses under the Loyang bus package are stabled. Strangely, the bus service does not enter Loyang Avenue immediately by turning left here, but instead cuts through Pasir Ris town and passes Loyang Point. At this point, you may be wondering, what does LCS stand for? Actually, it simply means Loyang Changi Shuttle. The bus then makes a left turn onto Pasir Ris Drive 1, the main road in Pasir Ris, and then turns back onto Loyang Avenue to enter the expressway. We then enter the Tampines Expressway, often abbreviated as TPE momentarily, in order to enter the Pan Island Expressway, PIE, to reach Tampines town. Ironically, we aren't using TPE to enter Tampines, despite the expressway's name. From here, we can see the newly opened Loyang Viaduct. Unfortunately, the route of this service does not allow us to utilize the new infrastructure. For some strange reason, the link between TPE and PIE towards Tuas was never formalized, and it has always required crossing a busy intersection across New Upper Changi Road. Thankfully, most traffic from TPE has been diverted to use the viaduct, with only vehicles from the Loyang area using this junction, significantly reducing the congestion here. Passing through this complicated intersection, we finally enter the PIE via a slip road. This expressway sector is rather unique, and shares the sector with Bus 27 to Tampines. The ride along this expressway feels like riding a cub from the airport on Service 27. Shortly after that, we exit onto Tampines Avenue 5, where the bus then makes a final left turn and enters Tampines town. Let's alight at the next stop, Block 801. Finally seeing Tampines West Station makes me feel relieved, and signifies that our journey is coming to an end. Although this bus continued further into Tampines, let's alight here, and I'll share my thoughts and opinions about this new service. Before we begin, please note that my opinions are only regarding LCS1, and not LCS2. Overall, I feel that LCS1 is a successful service, however only to a certain extent. On the bright side, it seems that there is very high demand from the Air Freight Center and some demand from Alps Avenue, as aforementioned there weren't any pairs of available seats. With a rather expensive flat fare of $3.20, it would be considerably easier for LTA to make a profit out of this service compared to trunk routes. The express sector is unique and definitely serves as convenient access from the Changi Village area directly to Tampines. However, I have also noticed some considerable flaws about this service. Firstly, the flat fare is not cheap, deterring many potential commuters from riding the service. Secondly, The traffic results in an uncompetitive travel time compared to taking bus 19 to Tampines. Without a significant time-saving effect, there is no reason to pay 3 times the bus fare unless LCS1 brings you to your doorstep. Even with its currently tight schedule, which the bus captains cannot catch up to, there will be no time-saving effect, making the service rather redundant. Lastly, the many stops along the route outside of the air freight center are underutilized, however this may improve over time. In conclusion, I hope that the 2 LCS services will be able to continue operating for as long as possible. Hopefully, with various improvements to the service, especially reduction of fares, the service will see better demand in the near future. Thank you for watching this video. I hope that you have learned something new. If you have enjoyed watching this, please leave a like, subscribe, and leave a comment to show your support. Do also stay tuned to my community page on YouTube and follow my Instagram account. Goodbye and see you soon.